having a tough conversation without losing respect. Whether you try to resolve a conflict, have a tough conversation with your son, having a tough conversation with a family member, a boss you're working with, or a key leader that's performing extremely well in your organization, it is something that's essential. The goal is not to avoid discomfort. The goal is to actually have a great, tough conversation to strengthen the relationship rather than damage it. And that's what I want to talk about today. And I'm gonna start off with a quick story. Then I'm gonna give you some breakdowns on how to have tough conversation without losing respect. 4 days ago in the morning, when I was up and I was asking my son to make his bed, right? Because I saw his bed was, a little bit messy. I went into his room and reminding him to make his bed. It was a usual request. I usually don't tell my son what to do, but for that particular day, I had to say something because I saw something was not appropriately done in my expectation, right? And for whatever reason that day, my son had a bad mood. And you can imagine, teenagers, they have their good days and bad days, as adults do, right? So he did not respond to me on the bad issue only, but he responded with an attitude. And I clearly remember the way he said it is that, what does making bad has to do with being responsible? And then he used few words that he usually do not use it with me at all. So I was on my way to drop him off at his camp. I left it alone. I didn't say much. I didn't react to it. So I had to wait for the whole day when everything settled, when he came back from his camp. And when I felt the moment was right, when he was calm, I had to ask him. I said, King, do you feel good right now? Are you calm right now? What I do want to do is to have a conversation with you about this morning. Listen, I'm not here to lecture you. I'm not here to scold you because I love you. And this morning, we had a conversation that I felt didn't go right, and I want to clear the air with you. So that's the first thing I did with my son, is to set the tone right, making him feel I am not there to attack him. I'm there to address an issue that needs to be brought up in a very, very, very neutral tonality, calm tonality. I'm here to resolve something. I'm not here to make it worse or attack or lecture. So that is step number one, is to set the tone right. So let me continue with the story. So once I got his attention, he's quiet, he sat right next to me, and I went right into the tough conversation. And I said, son, this morning when I asked you to make your bed, you responded not only on the issue of not making your bed, but you also brought up some attitude. And you used some words that you usually do not use with me, okay? And I want you to know we all have bad days. We all have emotional days. We all have issues that is bothering us internally, and we start to act a certain way that's usually not us. And I want you to know, son, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be emotional. And I want you to know that you don't have to be the most talented person in your school. You don't have to be the smartest person in this world. You don't have to be the best looking person in this world. But you got to learn how to become the kindest person in the room, the kindest person in school, the kindest person in this world. So the second thing I did was to remind him that we all are human beings. We all make certain choices, decisions, sometimes unintentionally, and it's affecting other people. So the second thing that I did of having this conversation is to lead with what? Empathy, not emotion. You see, if he's emotion, I'm emotion, we speak with anger with each other, that relationship can be damaged. Does it make sense? So that's the second step. And then the third thing I did was I get straight to the issue. And the issue was, I want you to know, it's not about making bets. It's about self-respect. Making bet is self-respect, self-love. Brushing your teeth on a daily basis is self-respect. If you can do the small things right, you can be trusted to do big things in the future, such as driving, such as using a phone, such as working at a new job, such as money. This is a real world, my son. After 18 years old, you're on your own. I'm not going to be forever going to be right next to you and telling you what to do because you're going to become a grown man. So it's about self-respect. So what did I do on the third thing on a tough conversation? I'm not lecturing. I'm not trying to teach him, controlling him, because nobody can control anybody. What I was trying to do is to address it to him about certain principle and standard that will make certain people great. Whether he does it or not, I can't control that. But as a leader, you have to set boundaries. You have to set certain type of principle and value. What do you stand for? So that's the third thing. When you have a tough conversation, is that what do you stand for? What do you believe in? Without trying to change other people, without trying to control other people. But that has to come from an angle. That has to come from a level of true love. And after I said that, I said, son, I just want you to know, everything in life, especially good things, are not rights. If today you play video games, you get to hang out with your friends, in the future you make a lot of money, you get promotion in your job, all those things are not rights. Those are privileges. Privileges has to be earned. In this household, you have to earn those privileges, such as playing video games, hanging out with friends, through what? Through efforts, great attitude, and accountability. The next step, being clear and direct without having any vague instructions. I think a lot of people, they try to be vague. They try to be very general. They complicate things. You can be direct and get to the point, but without being harsh. That's the key. There are a lot of people who's very, very vague and confuse the heck out of people as a leader, as a father, as a boss. They confuse the heck out of people. And then you have another type of people, they are so direct, but they're so harsh to people. So learn how to be direct, clear, but without being harsh. And then I ended up with love. The last part is I ended up with love with my son. I said, look, are we cool? I have nothing but love for you. Just so you understand, Dad will never talk down at you. Dad will always protect you. Dad always, always, always going to be there to give you the truth about life, okay? But you are a grown man, and you are becoming a grown man, and you have every choice to make decisions. I'm only here to guide you. But I want you to know I love you. Can we move forward? And are we cool? That's how I ended that conversation. And the way I speak is calm and firm, not with anger, not with control. And after that, I can see my son's eyes fill up with tears. At the end, he gave me a high five. And I'm giving you a real story to teach you this particular topic. As a leader, as a father, as a mother, how do you communicate with people? Do you want to control people? Do you want to yell at people? Do you want to bash on the people that you're working with? Do you want to use power over them? Because nobody wants to be controlled. That's the reality. You can't change people. People will change because they want to change, because they go through some humble events in their life. But as a leader, as a father, as a mother, all you can do is to have meaningful but firm conversation and set boundaries, but with love. Man, if you love today's message, I hope you do. drop a comment below and share this video to parent that want to have or build great relationship with the kids. A leader want to lead others without losing respect. And more so, if you love today's message, I want you to click the link above, watch another video that I produced at the beginning of the year, which is a great video. It's how to make 2025 great. Because at the end of everything, right now, it's already August. We got a few more months left in 2025. And you still have time to catch it up. So watch that video. See you next time. JW here. If you like my content, comment below and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.